3 numbers. Now, for why we care about it, we're going to get to that later. But for now, let's just understand how to create it. 1, 1, 1. Now, since we don't have any actual tests coming up, we really can just look it up. But for now, let's pretend this is like a regular class and stuff. So I'm going to write the next 3 numbers here. Now, to most people, the pattern is not obvious, but the next number is going to be 1. And in that handout, you should see what the next number is going to be. Does anyone want to type it in, what it is? Are we supposed to take notes? I mean, you can. I mean, just like any other class, you make that choice, my friend. But either way, this will be uploaded. 1, 3, 3, 1. The question is, why is it 1, 3, 3, 1? What handout? I'll show you later. But it's the when you turn in homework, it's going to have a Google Doc for you to fill out. So how did he get 1, 3, 3, 1? And Hamiel goes 1 plus. So he's kind of spoiling it for everyone. But either way, for this one's next to be 1. And so what's going to be that then if you type it in? 4. Cool. And then if you haven't noticed, they're basically adding these 2 entries from each, and you can basically start one with each, and then boom, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Now, what we care about is probably for this class, for on a test, you'd probably have to do up to that. Maybe I'm only guessing, but you could keep going. In fact, in tonight's homework, you're going to need to go up to the row 7 if you haven't done it yet. If you've done it already, cool, but I'm hoping after today. So the first row here is the row 0. It's the row of the very first row, but it's not row 1. It's technically called row 0. This would be, of course, row 2, row 1, row 2, row 3, and so forth. Do I need to admit? Oh, crap. 12 people are waiting. Holy freak. I have to remember not to cuss. I'm at home, but it's hard not to cuss. Wait, 65 people are... Oh, okay. Okay, if you just tuned in, we just created the triangle here. And I could maybe fit the next row here. This is a safe place for swearing. I mean, you could swear, but I'm not gonna swear. I work here. How does my creep laugh sound with my mic? Okay. What's this? What is that right here? Type it. Someone type it. It's like a regular classroom. Someone type it. How come no? Thank you. And then, thank you. Anyway, what's happening is, again, the first 2 entries are added up here. 15, 20, then 15. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then the last one's just 1 here. Okay. Anyway, why do we care about Pascal's triangle? Well, we care about it because of something like this. You might be thinking, hey, Mr. Viernes, I know how to do that. I am just going to write x plus y times x plus y. And then, hey, I'm going to put it in an area model. And you could certainly do that. But we're not suckers. We're not going to do that. Ooh, look at this erasing. Isn't that dope? So dope. Okay. Let's pretend for a moment we did multiply it out. I want it red. Okay. This equals x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Now for fun, or maybe for fun, I'm going to put a 1 here and a 1 here. You might be like, whoa, Mr. Viernes, you don't need to put those ones there. We know they're there. I know. But some of you might actually see why I'm doing that. Okay, anyway. Going back to purple. So if I want to do x plus y to the third power, you can, of course, sit there and write them all out if you wanted to. And we can multiply the whole thing out. It'll take some time. However, this row will actually help us do this. Now, I trialed this with some friends online, and they couldn't get the pattern, but you guys are smarter than they are, and they're all in college. Or no, they're all grad. Yeah, they're all in college, but you guys are smarter than they are. So, so the first one is going to be x to the third, and I'm going to put y to the 0. Okay. Plus, does anyone have a clue what this one's going to be? Now, I don't want you to type it in. I want to see if someone can, there should be like a button that you can press that will raise your hand and make it blue. Unless someone could tell me what this next term is going to be. There should be a button you can press that says, pick me, I'll unmute me. Oh, wait, there. Oh, okay, I see a hand. Wait, where'd you go? Okay. Okay, Ava.
Wait, okay. Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay,
What's this gonna be?
is it like 3x to the power of 2y?
Y to the 1, you mean, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So this is a 1, and you're telling me that's a 3.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
No
How
problem.
can you mute yourself?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right. Gabe, are you the same Gabe in my 6th period? You are the same Gabe in my 6th period.
Yes, I am.
Okay. What's the next one, buddy?
I have no clue.
Okay. I want you to take a look here.
All right.
This is how good of a teacher I am. All these people that don't know who I am. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, class.
Take a look. This is a 3, and now it's a 2. See my mouse pointing at it?
No, the chat covers it. Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So then this one's going to be x to the what power?
1.
3, 2, 1. How about the y? What's the power on the y now?
0.
Look at the y. Look where the y started.
0, 1. Oh. 2.
2. It has a coefficient too. What is it?
I don't know the coefficient to that.
Okay, that's all right. Mute yourself. Thank you so much. Who tells me the next one? What's the coefficient on that? Oh, Hamiel. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello. What's this?
The coefficient is 3.
Okay. Can you tell me the next one? Actually, the next one's the last one.
1x.
1. X to the what?
0.
Yep.
Y. 3.
Thank you so much. Could you mute yourself, please?
Yep.
Thank you. All right. Now, this is basically what it multiplies to. You might be thinking, though, that's a little weird, but we can clean this up. But before we clean it up, if you haven't noticed, what happens is we start. Is there a laser pointer I could use? Okay, this is stupid. I'm sorry. Okay, we can see this, though, right? This cursor that I'm doing. I can't hear any audio. What? I think that's just you, buddy. Wait, we can still hear me, right? Settings in video, how you change it. It's just you. Okay, cool. Anyway, so what's happening is you have x to the third, x squared, x1, all the way down to 0. The y start with 0, and it counts all the way up. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Where these coefficients are coming from refers to this. This is the row. Oh my god, is this gonna work? No. Undo. Okay. That's a row, which we're using straight from this for row number 2 and row number 3. But we could clean this up a bit. We obviously know that y to the 0 is 1. So this is just x to the third plus 3x squared y plus 3x y squared plus 1 times x to the 0 times y to the third is just y to the third. And that's our answer. We can go any further. X plus y to the 4th power. In a typical class, what do these rows mean? So again, the rows refers to the rows of this triangle. Row 0 is this row. They refer to the coefficients of each of these polynomials that are multiplying. How do you know the exponents? It's a good question. Leah, are you the same Leah from 4th period? How do I unmute you? You're going to get this. I bet you. Oh, I can't even find you. Leah, can you talk?
Hi.
Hello. Okay. You asked how where the exponents come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this started with x squared. This is x to the third y0. What's this one going to be?
X to the 4th was 0?
And y to the what?
0.
Very good. Now, I don't care about the coefficient right now. What I like to do is I like to write out the full pattern of the x and y's first, and then I'm going to fill in the row last. So what's this one? X to the what?
3rd?
And then y to the what?
1st.
Very good. Do you see the pattern now?
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. So
I'm going to
it's
mute you now. Let's
down
pick on
with
someone else.
Lynn, up, okay.
Okay. Who's Jonathan? Hi, Jonathan. Hello,
I'm good.
Jonathan. I don't know who you are, but you raised your hand.
Uh,
Do you know what the next one is?
not really.
It goes x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, and x to the,
Second,
then the y's go y to the 0, y to the 1st, y to the
second.
2nd. Again, these have coefficients. I'm not going to fill them in yet. Okay? Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, so as we could see, if we follow the pattern, this is going to be x to the 1st, y to the 3rd. How do you know when you're done, though? How do I know when I'm to the last term? Well, you are done when this says 0 and this says 4. This is telling you, this guides us of where the first one starts and where the last one ends. So the x starts with the 4th, the 0, the 3. No, sorry. The x starts with the 4, then it counts down to 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. So then what we're going to do is now we still also need to fill in the coefficients. Which coefficients am I using? Am I using 1? Am I using 1, 1? Am I using 1, 2, 1? Am I using 1, 3, 3, 1? you should know we're using the fourth row. Again, this is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're using 1, 4, 6, 4, and then 1. The number of entries in the row matches the number of terms we have. So, on a test, this is what I would normally say. You would be given something like this. And you'd be asked to multiply that out. Some people who don't pay attention will probably attempt to multiply this out. And you could. I wouldn't stop you. But for those of you who actually have been paying attention, know that this would take too much time, and the way we're showing you today would take a lot less time. So let's actually do this. X plus 5 to the 4th power. So I'll go back to purple. So what I do is I'm gonna write each term. I notice, hey, I'm doing it to the 4th power. So I know I have these entries to work with, meaning there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And it makes sense because the first one is going to be x to the 4th. This is gonna be times 5 to the 0. Plus, again, I'm not going to put the coefficient yet. I'm going to do it later. I'm just going to fill in all of these. This is going to be x to the 3rd times 5 to the 1st. Why is it 0? Why is what 0? This 0? So again, the pattern goes, the first term, the x, starts at this term here, the 4. The second term starts at 0. So what's happening is these go from 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then the y's go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just following the same pattern, but now since we have a 5 now, I'm putting in 5 instead. This is going to be x to the 2nd 5 times squared plus x to the 1st times 5 to the 3rd plus x to the 0, 5 to the 4th. Power. Bro, we got to take tests. Again, we addressed that, but I'll say it again. Do not worry about tests until we figure out what we're going to do. You have probably till the actual spring break. Anyway, this is not done yet. We're also now going to fill this out with the coefficients. Again, we're using the 4th row, so there should be a 1 here, a 4 here, if I could fit the 4, 6, 4, and then 1. Now, on an actual test, if we were going to quiz on this in class next week, I probably would have given this full credit because this tells me you understand the pattern. Of course, for our lovely overachievers, we want to clean this up a bit because this is technically not the final answer. But because I grade so nicely, the quiz is technically open home. If that makes any sense. Whatever you have at home, the object is learning at this point. So anyway, so I want to clean this up. 1 times x to the 4th times 5 to the 0. That's just equal to x to the 4th power. 5 to the 0 is just 1. Plus, here we have 4 times x to the 3rd times 5 to the 1st. This equals 20x to the 3rd. Plus, this is 5 squared times 6. Now I'm going to actually start needing a calculator. I should just ask my Alexa, what is it? This is 5 squared times 6, which is 25 times 6. I think that's 150. Where does the 20 come from again? The 20 comes from multiplying the 5 to the 1st, times 4. It's not 300. 25 times 6 is not 300. It's not. Alexa, what is 25 times 6?
25 times
There we go. Alexa, turn your volume high. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not listening to chat anymore. Anyway, this is 5 to the third times 4. That's 125 times 4. Alexa, what is 125 times 4?
125 times 4 is 500.
Thank you. X to the first power plus, this is just 5 to the fourth power. I don't know what 5 to the fourth power is. Alexa, what is 5 to the fourth power?
5 to the power of 4 is 625.
Thank you.
By the way, I am trying to respond from the right place. Was this the device you expected?
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, this would be the better answer of multiplying everything out, but you have to be very careful. Even me, I mean, I have to use my freaking Alexa. We're gonna do the whole thing again. So remember, this is gonna be uploaded probably on my school Google YouTube account. I have my pre-calculus lessons there already, but I'm gonna clear all this. If Mr. Viernes can figure out how to clear all this. There should be a setting that I can clear all this. Clear canvas. Did you buy a green screen for this? No, it's automatic with Zoom. It's pretty cool. So let's do another one. So pretend for a moment. Oh no, I don't like that. Pretend for a moment this is a test or a quiz, and this is your problem. And we're gonna go to the 6th power. Oh yeah, of course. Anyway, now again, we don't want to do this. This is the bad way. No. No. Instead, we're going to use Pascal's triangle to solve this. I think someone said it was Pascal's triangle an actual person. I think so. Could wiki it or ask Alexa. We're not going to right now. So, okay. It's the 6th row of Pascal's triangle. Now, since I erased it, I'm going to quickly make one, which is what you might have typically had to do on a real test. And I'm going to keep going till I get my row. 10, 10, 5, 1, 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, 1. We got it. That's my row. Row number 6. Oh, thanks, Thomas. Dude, who made the triangle was a French mathematician named Blaise Pascal. How would we know how to use this in a problem? Okay. So anyway, that for that question is we're multiplying this out to the 6th power. We know by this number 6 that these are going to represent the coefficients for that. But I am not going to write 1, 6, 10, 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, 1 right now. What we know is the coefficient, each term follows a pattern. This first term is going to be x to the 6th power, where I'm going to put a parentheses around the next term because it's a negative, so it's part of it. So that's going to be to the 0. I should deactivate chat. Anyway, wait, how do you figure out the numbers that would go in the Pascal's triangle? So again, let me cover that later. Let's finish this problem first, okay? This one's going to be x to the what? No, I don't care about the coefficient. I care about the exponent. Thank you. To the 5th power times -2 to the 1st power. Once again, what's happening is the first term is being raised to the power that we're asking, which is the 6th power, where the second term is to the 0 power. And what's going to happen is they count down 6, 5 plus 4. plus 3 plus, I'm going to run out of space. Oh, crap. It's a good thing I'm not in a real classroom. I could just do this and then do it again. X6 negative 2 to the 0 plus X6 negative 2 to the 1 plus X6. Wow, no, 5. Sorry. 4. Plus X to the third negative 2 to the first. Oh, no, to the third. So what's happening is these X's are counting down by 1 every time. And it goes all the way down. And how do we how do we know when we're done? How do I know when I don't need to go anymore? Thank you. When it's 0. All your other questions about not the lesson, I can answer them later when this is done, okay? X to the first negative 2 to the 5th plus X to the 0 negative 2 to the 6th power. So again, each term counts down with the highest power, where the second term counts up to the lowest power. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also notice that these two always add up to 6. 5 plus 1 is 6, 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 plus 3 is 6, etc., etc. Now, what we need to do, even though I erased it, is we now need to fill in the coefficients for each one. Now, someone hopefully typed it in, but I know that's 1. And this is, I don't remember what the next one is. Row 6. Thank you. Just keep going, Leah. Oh, thanks, Chenoa, or Chen, or Chenoa. Cool. Again, typically for our class, this is perfectly fine for me. That's technically the full-blown concept. Sorry, the fact that we know that each of these is counting down, and the negative 2s are counting up, and then we'd finish the problem from here. But just so you know, this is what's more important to me. But the real answer would be cleaning up the whole thing. What I mean by that is I want to multiply this whole thing out, each term out. This is 1 times x to the 6 times negative 2 to the 0. Now, I probably should just get my calculator out for the rest of this and not sit here and talk to Alexa the whole time. So anyway, this is just going to be x to the 6th power plus, here, this is 6 times x to the 5th negative 2 to the 1st. Again, this comes from row 6. The coefficients. Row 6 of Pascal's triangle. Anyway, this is going to be negative 12x to the 5th plus, now we got 4 times 15. Wow, I suck. 60x to the 4th minus. Now, here's a little tidbit. For every even number, we know we're squaring it. It becomes positive. For every odd number, it's going to be negative. So negative 2 to the 1st is negative 2 times 6. This is negative 2 to the 3rd, which is 8. Negative 8 times 20 is negative 160x to the 3rd. Plus 2 to the 4th, which is 16 times 15. 16 times 15. Thank you, Hazel. But I do. Anyway. 240x squared -2 to the 5th power is 32 times 6. -192 x to the first power plus -2 to the 6th power. I think that's 64. Is it 2? 2 to, it's 4 times 4 to, yeah, it's 64. 64. Okay. X to the 0 is just 1. This would be the awesome blossom answer. Now, we're still deciding how we're going to do a quiz, but there is a quiz next week. And it's going to cover this thing. And the probability stuff, like this thing. What is it? Crap, why am I forgetting what this number is? Oh, NR, PNR. And what's the difference between these two? What is the difference and how you know? If you remember when before we left, well, why are these people that are here? Before we left, we were talking about the difference between these two things and when you use them, like when you're picking people for like a committee versus if order matters or not. We're not sure. You're obviously gonna take it at home. I think it might be a Google Doc. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know yet. And then you guys would type in your answer or write on a piece of paper your answers. Again, you have all the resources you need at home, but your grade is basically based upon the work you do and the work you're willing to do. This is basically the end of the lesson if you do need to go, but I also can talk about other things like finals and whatnot if you need me to address those. But if you need to go, it's totally cool. But if you have any questions about anything, I can go back and chat and answer any questions you have. But this is basically the end of the lesson and should set you up tonight for homework number 19. Who's trying to match them? I'm just going to read what other questions we have. Someone asked about the final. We just don't know yet. What is the C thing? That's a combination. Combinations. This is a permutation. Remember we did the thing with the ice cream? When you had 3 scoops of ice cream and ordered mattered? Your Discord notification? Oh, that's right. Okay. I think, honestly, everyone should get the grade they deserve at the end, regardless if we're going to have a final or not. I think we're gonna see what the work you do from now until April, and then we'll try to configure everyone's grades because we just don't know what we're doing with tests yet. What you should do, no, if you get an A, it's because you did your work to get an A. If that makes any sense. How are we supposed to do this in area model? You can't. That's why this is better. I didn't know what. So are we not coming back after spring break? We don't know yet, but according to the governor, he said no. Which is sad because are you excited for Animal Crossing? No, I don't play that. I only play the other farm game. Let me answer these regular questions. What's the difference between the assignments homework 18 and okay? So homework 18 was a survey you had to do, and the homework 18 book problems was the original book problems that you had to do. So homework 18 was just, again, a survey. So let me bring that screen back up. Again, the lesson's over if you guys need to leave, but I'm just answering general questions. So if you look at 18, 18 was just a survey we wanted you to do. These were the book problems you originally had to do. So again, the pattern starts, since this is a 4 right here. So my first term is going to be x to the 4th. And then the 4, which is this, is to the 0 power. The next term is going to count down. This is now 4. This is the 4th. This is now to the 3rd power. The second term is to the 1st power. Again, this comes from here. This comes from here. This decides what power we're starting with, and it's counting down. And this counts up. This goes 0, 1, 2. Ah! No! Okay. I lost my train of thought. What is this? 3? This is 1. This is x 0, y. I keep putting y. 4 to the 4th power. Does that make sense, Manny? I'm not done yet, but in terms of the exponents, did it make more sense? Oh my God, are you even still here? Okay, I'm gonna. Oh wait, you don't even have a mic. Forget it. Okay, I was gonna ask you, what do you think goes next? So the 4 becomes a y. Yes. No. The y becomes a 4. Sorry, that's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. No, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay, Maddie. So the exponents for the second number increase. Well, yes, Jordan. I don't think you're one of my students. Now, well, again, we have to add. How do you figure out the numbers in each of the rows of Pascal's triangle? Jordan. Oh, Jordan Q. Sorry, Jordan. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I quit. You guys gonna see me again. I quit. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Anyway, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. I got the numbers from the 4th row, and it goes next to each one. Again, this is a full, nice answer. If I have your quiz and you write that as your answer, that's cool. However, I could reward you extra points if you take it further by taking each term and multiplying each out. This is 1 times x to the 4th times 4 to the 0, which is just x to the 4th, plus 4 times x to the 3rd times 4 to the 1st, 16 x to the 3rd. Plus, this is where most people will make their mistakes, because they get the pattern and they get the coefficients, but they mess up multiplying it out. As I did asking Alexa what's going to happen. Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow?
Tomorrow in El Cerrito, there will be lots of clouds, with a high of 65 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 48 degrees.
Thanks. 16, I don't know what 16 times 6 is. It's the same exponents for each equation? Yes. Meaning, if it was to the 5th power, Maddie, it now starts with the 5th. And this is still 0. This 3 goes here. This x goes here. Thank you, Suring. Thank you. 256x plus 4 to the 4th again. 256. That's it. The last one's just 256.